millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over first down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jahan, ready? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Jahan, ready? Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Cousins now on second down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long?
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Good route here.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now Austin. Oh, he slipped right by him. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Right there, 19. Right there, 54 miles. It's a party now.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And some room to run now. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bailey got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Look at the spin. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first down 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. 23 yards the pickup there. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, exit. 54. Hey, watch your leg. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Allen's throw is complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The last time we saw Jason Witten on a football field instead of the broadcasting booth was, of course, 2 years ago in 2017. He had 63 catches, 560 yards, 5 touchdowns. It was his 11th Pro Bowl that season for a man who came into the league back in 2003. The throw down the field caught by his running back. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And now running right through it. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the...
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes and gets the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game, 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Here's Austin. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Protein spill. Go, go. Hey, tight. Hey, go.
Allen now on 1st down. That is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, seam 6.
On 1st down, Allen. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
I'm here all day. Five. 54. Mike's 54. All day, dog.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Looking to throw on second down. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. To throw, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's caught by Smith. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Ain't no such thing as a law. Tight. Check.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and 5 now. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
You better bring it. You better bring it. Go, go. You better bring it. Mark 55, Mark 55. Here we go, here we go.
Throwing again. Allen. Completes it to Jason Witten. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tackles. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check 3. Middle. Check. Off 52. Check your hot read. Shift.
A final shot before half for Allen. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Trying to run for it with Pollard, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Check. Watch 54. Right here.
They go to Elliott again. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Under 10. 10. Slam. 5 wide. Middle.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Complete to Jason Witten. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. First down, and it's collared again. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And some strong running. And he's got some space here. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Back now in Arlington. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. From the 39, Cousins going deep for Diggs. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 5-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I got it. Done. Mike 5-4, Mike. Hey, Delta. Mike 5-4. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Accelerating, and off he goes. A big run that time by Elliott. Give him 58 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's Allen to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah,
what happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Now Allen eluding the pressure. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive with Cook. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5. A big play there out of Cook. 79 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try to run with Madison, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Another carry now for Madison. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now?
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 81 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. There's Britton Colquitt now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? That's pulled in at the 32. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Again, it's Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
319. Alert. 22 is coming. 22 is coming. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
49. Check 49.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Jahan, 180. Watch twist.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a